Hey, I hope all is going well and you're having a beautiful, blessed day. Today, the question on my blog prompt was, what is your favorite time of year and why? So, I have a three-part answer to this question. First of all, of course, Christmas. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. Not only because of what you get, but because of what you get to give. And so many memories are around Christmas in my family. Um, Specifically, one I'll talk about today is because it's my grandma's birthday. Um, my granny passed away when I was 24 in 2006. Um, and she's been gone 19 years. So today and the day that she died are two of the hardest days for me. Although for some reason I feel comforted today. Today doesn't feel that hard. Um, but when she died, it broke me. Uh, I remember the day that she passed. And I'm getting off track here and I know it, but I remember the day that she passed. I was on my way to school. It was the first day of school, I think. The first day of the semester. And the night before she passed, I spent a couple hours with her at the hospital. And then I told her, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Because I wholeheartedly thought I was going back to the hospital tomorrow and I was going to be able to see my grandma and hold her hand, again. And um, so lo and behold, she survived the night, but at 6 o'clock in the morning, I got up for school, or I left for school because I had an early class. I had a class at 9 o'clock. And for those of you who know, my transportation situation got to start out early, or I'll still be late. So I left for school at 6 o'clock, and by 7 o'clock, my grandma was gone. My dad got a phone call, and they said that she had passed. And I went through the whole day not knowing that my grandma was gone, and I talked to my dad at lunch. And he told me my grandma was fine, which now I know that she was, because she was in the arms of Jesus and with her other loved ones, my grandpa and her family. But on earth, in earthly standards, she wasn't fine. She was gone. Um, so I remember that, and then my dad told me that she was gone when I got home from school. All that to say is that today can fluctuate between being a hard day and being a day where I totally just remember the good times. And today is a day where I'm choosing to remember the good times. My grandma always had us grandkids. My grandma always had all of us grandkids over in different groups. There was so many of us that there could be different groups of us to bake cookies. So she would have one group over, and then another group, and then another group, and then another group. And I was in, I think, probably the middle group, or maybe the last group, because I was one of the youngest, but I wasn't the youngest. And so she would have us over to bake cookies, and we all could pick our own favorite recipe from her cookie cookbook. And then so that is one tradition that my grandma had for Christmas. And another tradition was, we all know those parties, those holiday parties that came with invitations that said no kids allowed. Well, my grandma's invitations were invitations that came with the words no parents allowed. And she would just let us go absolutely crazy. We would have a gift exchange where it was like a hot potato gift exchange, where I guess now it would be kind of considered a white elephant, but our gifts weren't white elephant. We were just asked to buy a gift that was $10 or less, and then we would do a round robin type of thing where she would read The Night Before Christmas, and every time she said the word "the," we would have to pass the gift around like hot potato. And whenever a section of the story finished, we could choose to keep that gift or switch it with somebody. So that was one of the awesome things that happened at those parties. And another awesome thing that happened at those parties was sometimes, oh, sorry, I almost dropped my phone. Sometimes she would have pre-made popcorn for us, and then we would sit in her dining room after dinner and make popcorn balls. And that was the most amazing thing, because we were able to get monster hands and get messy without getting yelled at by our parents. And so it was so much fun. Yeah. So that's the long-winded part of what one of my favorite times of year is. The other favorite time of year, of course, is my birthday. I love the spring because my birthday's in April. I'll just leave that as that. And then I love also July because, one, it's Disability Pride Month. And for the past almost 6 years now, I've been actually celebrating Disability Pride because now I know what it means to be proud of being a disabled woman. So that's another awesome, amazing time of year for me. And also because of Rolette's Experience. Rolette's Experience is usually in July as well. So that's that. And you guys, I love you. I will talk to you later. And I hope all is going well. You're having a good day. I wasn't having a good day a couple days ago. I got a massive migraine, but I'm feeling a lot better now. And I'm just looking forward to the holidays and to this next week. I'm going to see my friend John Lloyd Young at the El Portal Theater. If you guys are in Hollywood or the surrounding area, please get tickets. You can look it up on the El Portal website. But if you are looking for accessible tickets, specifically accessible tickets, you have to call El Portal Theater because the website itself does not handle accessible seating. You have to actually call and speak to somebody. But they do have accessible tickets. And I'm pretty sure they have accessible tickets still available. I know what section I'm in but the section that I am not in, hopefully it is still available. And I guess that's it for today. But please get your questions in for 500. I know that it is still early, and I'm not sure what episode this is, but I know we're in the the 450s somewhere. But I will number it after I finish uploading. But please get your questions in because I would love to do a Q&A episode. And I would love to connect with you guys on a deeper level, letting you guys know anything you want to know as long as it is presented respectfully. So I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Bye.